All right, let's move on to the reading section on page 17, part 8a. Talk to your partner about time travel, its possibility, and the things that may happen if it is possible one day. Well, I suppose it's theoretically possible. According to the theory of relativity, if you were able to travel faster than light, you'd be able to travel in time, in past. But practically might take a lot of time to, for scientists to come up with a device to take us to the past. But if it is possible one day, I think we will be able to visit people who have who we have always heard of. Those people we would like to visit, to be with them, and we would also be able to correct the wrong events that happen in the history. We'd be able to correct the history. That would be a better result of this possibility. Well, okay, let's go to part 8b. Match the following words with their meanings. Good. I'm going to read the words first, then match them with their meanings. 1. Nippy. 2. Relic. 3. Mint. 4. Mouth. 5. Ponder. 6. Evaporate. 7. Anomaly. 8. Esoteric. 9. Rivet. So, number 1, nippy. B. Slightly cold. So, the meaning of 1 is B, slightly cold. Number 2, relic is E, an old object reminding of past. Relic, E. Number 3, mint is H, very good. Mint, very good. 4, mouth, mouth, I. Move your lips saying words making no sound, something like whispering. So, mouth, I. 5, ponder, G. Consider carefully. Consider carefully. Think about something. Okay, number 6, evaporate. Evaporate is D. Slowly disappear. Evaporate, slowly disappear. Vanish. 7, anomaly. Anomaly is A. Noticeable because it's different from what is usual. It's noticeable because it is unusual. Anomaly, A. It is a noun, Number 8, esoteric is F. Esoteric, F. Known and understood by a few knowledgeable people. So it's not something that normal people can understand. That's why for normal people it is strange. Number 9, rivet is C. Fasten something with a metal pin. Rivet is fasten something with a metal pin. Good. 8C, read the story and prepare your summary. Okay. Time travel. In October 1969, a man identified only as LC and his business associate Charlie were driving north from Abbeville, Louisiana toward Lafayette on Highway 167. A man identified only means a man who was known only as LC. His name was LC, and his business associate, business assistant, Charlie, were driving from Abbeville in Louisiana toward Lafayette on Highway 167. It was one of those picture-perfect days in fall. What's picture-perfect? It says clear blue skies and a nippy 60 degree, and a nippy 60 degrees, just right conditions for cruising along with the car windows rolled down. So cruising means traveling, slowly and enjoying the way, something like traveling. It was a very perfect day for cruising. As they were driving along the nearly empty road, they began to notice what appeared to be an antique car traveling, a relic from the past, very slowly. So they noticed an antique car, an old classic car that was a relic from the past. What is a relic? Relic is an old object that reminds you of the past. So as soon as they saw that car, they understood that it is an old classic car that was moving very slowly. The two men, impressed by the mint condition of the nearly 30-year-old car, which evoked words of admiration from both, tried to overtake it. The two men who were impressed, who were astonished by the very good condition of the nearly 30-year-old car, which evoked words of admiration, which evoked words of admiration means that car, that classic car, made them, provoked them, stimulated them to admire the car. They tried to overtake it. They tried to reach to the car. It looked virtually new. Virtually here means almost. It looked almost new, and they were puzzled by its bright orange license plate, on which was stamped only 1940. So they were confused because the time was 1969, and on the license plate of the car was written 1940. It referred to 25 years ago, 29 years ago. They figured, however, that the car had been part of some antique auto show. They figured, they wondered, they thought that the car had been part of some antique auto show, car show, gallery, car gallery. As they passed the slow-moving vehicle, they slowed their car to get a good look at the old model. To get a good look means to look at the old model well. The driver of the old car was a young woman dressed in vintage 1940s clothing, and her passenger was a small child likewise dressed. Vintage means old but beautiful. The driver of the old car was a young woman who was dressed in, who was wearing an old but beautiful 1940s clothing, the clothing that dates back to that time. And her passenger was a small child, likewise dressed. The passenger was a small child who was wearing similar clothes to the woman. Their attention was riveted to the animated expressions of fear and panic on the woman's face. Their attention was fixed on the animated expressions of fear and panic. You know, they paid attention to the face of the woman that was expressing feelings of panic and fear very, let's say, expressively. Elsie asked if any help was needed, and through her rolled-up window, she indicated yes. Elsie asked if there is any help they can, let's say, give to the woman, and the woman indicated, showed yes, maybe by a nod, showed yes through her rolled up window. You know, the window was up. Was not open. The window was not open. He had to repeat the request several times with hand signs and mouthing the words because her window was rolled up and it seemed she had difficulty hearing them. So that's clear. He had to repeat the request of helping her several times because her window was not open and she couldn't hear what they say, and he had to use sign language, you know, sign language using his hands, and you know, move his lips to say something so that the woman can understand. The businessman pulled ahead of the old car and turned onto the shoulder of the road. Pulled ahead of the old car means they, let's say, drove faster than the old car and stopped on the shoulder of the road. They pulled over and stopped. Okay. When they got out, to their astonishment, the old car had vanished without a trace. When they got out, it was so astonishing for them to see that the old car had disappeared without a trace. There were no turnoffs or anywhere else the vehicle could have gone. There were no turnoffs. There were no exit roads or anywhere on the road that the vehicle could have gone. Moments later, another car pulled up to the businessman and, quite puzzled, said he had seen their car pull off to the side and the old car simply evaporated into thin air. Uh, it seems that there was another car behind them, and they had seen that they had pulled off their car to stop, and that old car simply disappeared into thin air. Evaporate or vanish into thin air means just vanish, suddenly vanish. High strangeness points to ponder. So this the story was a kind of, a paranormal experience. I don't know. It might be a kind of illusion. I don't know. Maybe they have seen something that doesn't exist, or maybe they have really visited someone who has traveled in time. High strangeness points to ponder. Ponder over. Some points of strangeness that we have to think about, we have to consider carefully. What if she was from the past and went forward in time? What if, means what would happen if she was from the past and went forward in time, went to the future in time? And she is now an old lady still living today. So imagine a woman from past comes to the present time, and that woman, she's now an old woman who is still living at this time. So there might be two figures of the same person. And what if on that same day it had been her instead of Elsie and Charlie behind the old car? That same now old lady would have met herself. Possible. That old lady visits her young version in a car. I don't know how to describe this this situation, this occasion. When you see your own young version, young self, the young one has traveled forward in time, maybe to visit you. What if the Earth itself has a supermentality and it creates as a cosmic joke all these anomalies of life on its surface just for its amusement or some other esoteric reason? Supermentality means superintelligence. What is superintelligence? An intelligence above human understanding and human intelligence. What if the Earth itself has got this superintelligence and it creates all of these unusual things of life as cosmic joke, as a metaphysical joke, cosmic something above physical world. Cosmic joke, all these anomalies of life on its surface, just for its amusement, to amuse itself, or some other esoteric reason, some other mysterious, strange reason. What if, and this is the final and most depressing of the what ifs, This question that the text is asking, is posing, is the last but most depressing one. What if she had come from the past, popped into the future, and did not return to her past? What if this woman had come from past and jumped into the future and didn't return to her own time? The newspapers of 1940 would puzzle over a disappearance of a mother and her child, one cold October day. Foul play suspected. The search continues while she and the child continue traveling in and out of various time zones forever. It is so, agonizing. It is so painful to think about someone who just has to travel in time to the future without being able to come back. The newspapers of 1940 would puzzle, would be confused over a disappearance of a mother and her child one October day. Foul play suspected. They would suspect that a crime has been committed. The search continues while she and the child continue traveling in and out of various time zones. Travel in and out of different time zones forever. Okay, I hope there is no points of problem in the text that you haven't understood and I have missed explaining. Let's go to part 8D. Put the words in the box in the appropriate places in the sentences. Foul play, pop, animated, evoked, virtually, stamped, likewise, vanished, picture perfect. So number 1. It was for going fishing. It was a picture perfect day for going fishing. Number 2. The photographs evoked strong memories of our vacations in France. The photographs evoked, stimulated, triggered strong memories of our vacations in France. 3. There have been rumors of foul play in the last election. There have been rumors of foul play in the last election. Foul play is any kind of crime, cheating. 4. The youngster vanished without a trace one day and has never been found. The youngster is a young guy. Vanished without a trace one day and has never been found. 5. The performance was followed by an animated discussion. Excited discussion, excited, or let's say interesting discussion. Number 6, Nanny put on a shawl and told the girls to do likewise. Now, shawl is a scarf that on cold days you use to make you warm. Nanny put on a shawl and told the girls to do likewise, to do the same thing. 7. Among the papers was a brown folder stamped secret. There was a stamped mark on it that read secret. Number 8. I need to pop into the drugstore for a second. Pop into the drugstore for a second. Drop by or stop by the drugstore. 9. He was virtually unknown before running for office. He was virtually unknown before running for office. Good. Page 42, Vocabulary Bank. So, these are the vocabulary of page 17 in unit 2.2. Okay. Across. Very good. So, very good is mint. Consider carefully, ponder, go somewhere for a short time, pop. Pop into somewhere. 7. Something that is noticeable because it is different from what is usual, it is anomaly. 8. Produce a strong feeling or memory in someone, evoke. 10. Almost virtually. 11. Fasten something with a metal pin, rivet. 12. Move your lips, saying words making no sound is mouth. 2. Slightly cold is nippy. 4. Unknown and understood, known and understood by a few knowledgeable people, esoteric. 5. An old object reminding of past is relic. Disappear is evaporate. Good. Back to page 17. So, speaking, talk with your partner, asking the following question. What do you think about the story? Is it a true story? Why? Why not? Do you think time travel will be possible in the future? You can ponder over these questions and come up with your opinions. You can have some notes, then talk about the questions and the subject, record your voice and listen to your discussion. You might notice the problems that you had in your speaking. In this way you can improve yourself, correct your mistakes, and speak English without needing someone else to talk to. Well, thank you so much. That's enough for now. Next session we will start unit 2.3. Thank you and goodbye.